All right. You got to tell me what the person's... Before we start, you got to tell me what the person's name was that made the comment about the episode. That said this was in their top 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to bring that up for me.
Let me bring it up.
We're just going to have to watch this episode. And by this episode, I mean Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Or Hot Chick.
Ooh.
Who's the hot chick?
Clark, of course.
Are we sure about this?
Sager.
Okay.
Or someone named Sager.
Okay, so this person...
Looks like a woman, yeah.
This person decided to put a lot of pressure on this episode.
Uh-oh.
And you know when people build something up to me, I am then going to then study it even harder.
Yeah.
I'm going to go at it even more because now all I want to do is argue with you. And you know what? I got nothing.
Wow.
This episode,
Yes.
it could have gone into the ridiculous territory, and it did. But I even put in my notes just something to add, and then they did it, and I crossed out that line. I go, well, all right. And this whole episode, it started silly, but it ended great. Mm-hmm. I swear to God, I hate to bring up Marvel. I thought it was an Avengers ending I was getting here. What was this? Then the roll credits, I was like, is there an after credit scene? I don't want to miss anything. Damn.
Continue, please, because, this is a very good episode.
And the craziest thing about this is that everything that Clark does, a.k.a. Lionel, I feel bad for all the individuals involved, except for one person. What do you think I'm going to say?
I don't know. Let me think here. That Lionel fucked up for Clark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, who do I not feel bad for out of everybody?
Okay. Let's see. There's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people affected by this episode. A lot of characters. I mean, we're talking the whole spectrum of characters here. Everyone was hurt.
I have a feeling you don't care about Lana.
I don't care about Lana. I am so
Called that shit.
lost with you should have certain things to say and you're allowed to say them, but you overdo it to the point where I'm not on your side anymore. I don't think I like you at all.
Bro, when she gets at him at the end, I know.
Don't jump. It's too good. We're not going to do it. It's just, she is the one. All I want her to do is Jesse sold her way too high. And this is what I talk about people doing this. I don't know what Jesse sees.
Nope.
This is absolute. She right now, I want everyone to know this. We are in episode 6. She's #1 villain of the year right now. That's what she is.
Is that even a villain? Like, she's just like...
You know what? She's a villain.
I don't know, man. She's just like sitting there. Just really annoying someone. She's like just someone that's there that's just annoying.
Yeah, and I have to sit through the scenes. So that's a villain.
It's like, why are you here?
I am so mad. And you know what? This episode was fantastic. I was extremely happy about what I watched. And then I had to go into our companion where now I know a little bit of things about how they made this episode.
Clark and Lionel?
Yeah.
John and Tom?
Yeah, John and Tom.
They watched each other.
Yeah, and they would do the scene, and then the other person would then copy them doing that scene.
And they nail it, dude.
Well,
they honestly nail it.
That also makes it a lot easier. I never even thought of that.
Actors, you know?
Yeah.
The actor mindset.
Geniuses.
Why don't we just watch each other? And then switch. Oh my, you son of a bitch. I'm in.
Did you do improv?
Yeah, they kill it, honestly. Tom playing Lionel is practically perfect.
Yeah, but we've always talked about Red Kryptonite, Cal, somehow Tom knows how to... Yeah.
It's like Luther. It's like he's going Luther.
It's almost like that's how Tom is in real life. Yeah.
Honestly, because he has more in the future that he's going to play like the villainous side, like his personality will switch or something, you know?
Of course it would. He demanded in his contract, don't put me in tights, but I want to be evil.
All those episodes, he kills it. So yeah, it's I kind of agree with you. I think he's like that in real life.
What's great though is that even with the episode, John Glover is complimenting Clark or Tom the entire time about the way he's acting. He's like, I just never believed how truly good he was until I watched and had to act that way, and it was hard for me. You know who he did not compliment?
John Schneider.
He didn't compliment him one time. So I'm just going to throw that out there as a reminder. John is horrible.
The rivalry of the Johns. The John rivalry. Wow. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So it does come full circle.
It really does.
I just want to be transference with you. Is that...
Yeah, transfer your consciousness to me.
Does that work? I don't know if that...
No, it didn't work.
Okay.
But we'll leave it.
All right.
So everyone knows.
Dad, I'm smart.
Yeah.
Like the other Johns.
Nah, we're the two nerdy idiots, bro. We're back again for another beautiful week of Smallville. Somebody Save Me podcasts. If you haven't followed us and everything...
I'm so excited. I just can't contain it.
I get it. I'm excited to watch it again.
Yeah, and oh yeah, so last episode, I also thought you were being a total douchebag of saying like you would be blocking our audience. However, man, we are at a point where I don't know episodes. I never watched this.
Yeah.
And I really maybe only know about one or two for the rest of this season. Otherwise, I'm completely blank.
Yeah, there is a lot coming.
First 5 minutes, I immediately text you. I go, nope, this isn't something I've seen.
Yeah, because I was like, first 5 minutes, so I watched it today. And I was like, yep, they do it right away.
It's immediate, which is why I've never seen them.
And it's
ever
almost
transfer.
like a coin flip, kind of knowing Smallville at this point. But is like, this could be really good or really bad. I feel like there was no middle ground here.
There wasn't, and that's what I mean by every single time we're going to get to, I'm excited, that this scene could become silly. It could become overdone where you go, ha ha, that's a little TV, that's stupid. But nothing happened that. Instead, it was very solid all the way through, and it wasn't silly to me. In fact, I loved it.
It was amazing.
Still not at Memoria level. Let's not get this twisted. Memoria is still Academy Award winning. Transference is great. It may have been nominated, but it's great. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. It's just not Memoria. All right.
Memoria is a very special place in our hearts.
Yes.
Man. But
it's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. And the episode is called Transference. Episode 6, like Taylor said. And he also used the word wrong.
Use it in a sentence.
I transference myself to you.
Does that work?
Thank you again for listening. As always, I love saying it, but I hate saying it too. Just follow us on everything, dude. Just follow, review, leave something behind. There's comments now you can put on Spotify, YouTube, whatever you want to do. So don't be lazy.
Well, no, it's like what I said. Somebody brought something to the table saying this was in their top 5.
Yeah.
So I immediately have to give them that shout out because that's what this is all about. If you don't want to shout out, then you can go to hell.
Yeah. Shout out Sager.
Seriously,
again.
5 stars. 5 stars this.
For real.
Go to hell with 5 stars.
We hate you if you don't.
Yeah.
We hate you if you don't.
5 stars.
Let's get it started, bro.
All right. So can we go to another make-believe scene? Hasn't he done this before?
Bro, this is really extreme now. He's doing it in the front of the cows.
Clark, as we are watching, is now once again playing football with himself. And he is staring at the cows like they are linemen saying, oh, this is for the game winner. Hut, hut. And then he throws the football where it
like a bullet.
And it shatters the wooden trough that John is going to have to fix now.
Yeah, who's fixing that?
Yeah, seriously, that was their water, Clark.
I think Clark's high right now.
And then he is definitely high. Throws his hands up in the air and he says, the cows win the game. Who's the cows?
The crows, dude.
No, he says cows.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wait, go back.
We already have to go back in the first 30
no
seconds.
Way.
Look,
I don't remember him saying cows.
look what he says. And the cows take the state championship.
Wow.
He was high. He doesn't even know his own team name.
Dude, because the cows are in front of him. All he's thinking about is cows. So crows is just not even in his mind.
No.
Also, a senior in high school is not going to do this. He's acting like he's 12.
Thank you. That's what I mean, is that even when he first did this in front of Lois, I said, this would have been done like freshman year.
Yeah. Are you de-aging?
Yeah,
Are we having
what-
a Benjamin Button?
Well, he was technically rebirthed at the start of this. Reborn.
Dude, come on, bro. You're 2 for 2 now. Or 0 for 2, I should say.
Well, it was like a rebirth from an egg.
Yeah.
But I used it wrong there.
You fused it a bit.
Yeah. I like to combine words like transference, right?
Ooh. He's kind of combining.
All right, that works. But when now, yes.
12-year-old Clark.
This is what I mean. Is that supposed to be?
That's a good point. I do like how you use that.
Okay.
Reborn. Yeah. I feel like, because, yeah, I mean.
This is like an inner child coming out?
I guess. Maybe he's just finally having those kid dreams he had. You know what I mean? Which he is. Like, he's finally being able to play football. So it's like he never got to experience this. So maybe that's why.
Yeah, and he thinks this is acting like a normal child breaking the wooden trough with the football.
Right in front of Coach?
Yeah.
Because he just saw that.
He saw this.
He saw that.
Who walks up?
Yeah, Coach Teague, Jason Teague, shows up with John.
Say it right. Best friend forever, Jason Teague.
That's right.
Walks
BFF. BFF Jason. BFF Jason. He shows up, and he's actually, like, all making a comment how Clark looks like an idiot.
But he's also wanting to see that for this weekend because we have some scouts from MU coming this Friday, and he wants to pump Clark up because you know why? Jason is the bestest of friends.
Yeah. Metropolis University may be scouting Clark right now, and look who's actually grinning and looking happy about that.
You know,
looking proud.
I think it's because he felt so bad about not cheering for him scoring the winning touchdown that now John is having a little bit of regrets. I do like that there's a little bit of a smirk, but it also could be the fake smirk of fucking cheater.
Nah, dude. He toned it down. I think you're right. Maybe he's feeling bad. Or, you know, John just has to come around, and he always does this shit. He's like a stubborn kid, man.
Yeah, he keeps switching up every episode in his personality. He's like, I'm going to confuse the audience.
That's a strat, John Schneider. Good job.
Best actor.
Clark. I'm over here on, like, first name basis. Clark is over here, like, super excited. He's like, you kidding? He's like, I'm not going to joke about football, Clark. And then we hear some familiar noises. The ringing, which sounds like the spaceship key ringing again. Or the relic, whatever, rock from the first episode this season.
From
Crusade.
Lex's jet that he took while he was Cal.
I think that's the same ringing as a key, right?
Yes, it's the same buzzing sound that then goes into his head. John has even heard it before, thanks to Jarrell, thanks to Clark. And so with him now hearing this noise, he runs away. John then chases after him. He's like, what's wrong? Jason, we'll see you later. Jason's just left there confused.
Yeah, he leaves.
Clark then starts freaking out, but with this buzzing...
He just says, I gotta go.
And he obviously has to go to see where the source is coming from.
And the source, we cut to Kansas State Penitentiary. Lex is visiting Lionel, and Lionel is finally looking the part of a guy with a terminal disease.
This is fake. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
This is fake.
You think how he looks is fake?
Yes. Yeah.
No way.
So it'll explain the ending too. But let's keep going.
No, you see how... Oh my God.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Don't worry. It's going to come.
Oh my God. Anyways, Lionel's looking terrible. And he's trying to reconcile with Lex here. And Lex is just not about it.
You forget to take your vitamins, dickhead?
Hey, what's up, bitch? No vitamins? You look terrible.
Well, of course I look terrible. But son, I'm not here for those jabs anymore, and they do hurt my feelings. Instead, I'm here because, Lex, I have 1 month to live. And this is where Lex... Lionel is more shocked that Lex knows this information.
Because the doctor.
told Lex this before he came to visit Lionel, making sure he was truly about to die. Lionel now looking at Lex. Son, there's a lot of things I've done in my life that are horrible.
I've come to regret.
But the one thing I never got to do was to tell you that Daddy loves you. And
that ship is sailed, bro.
Once again, this is fake. So, as Lex is then hearing this, he then is looking into his father's eyes as Lionel is fake crying. He sticks out his hand to Lex. Clark now is seen zooming inside.
Just sneaks in the
Lionel's
whole
hand.
prison.
Yeah, you can do that. Lionel then still has his hand reached out. Lex wants to touch it so bad.
He's like, oh my God. He finally said it.
Clark somehow is able to run in even with the guard opening the damn door for him.
Dude. Everyone's looking at him. He stood there for 5 seconds.
Isn't visiting hours only allowed one person? Can somebody confirm this for me?
Yeah, because we'll come back to that later.
Yeah, there's a lot of visits going on in this.
I'm immediately seeing different colors than the inmates, so yeah, that's a visitor that's unauthorized. How do you get in here? Clark x-rays actually at the conversation going on over there, and he's like, okay, it's coming from Lionel.
He still sees the hand reaching out.
Yeah, still, oh my God, it looks
By the way,
so...
why?
It
How
looks
long
so
is he
fake.
holding it?
It looks so fake. He's like, come on, man. Touch it. I promise. I mean it. I promise.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
Touch my hand, Lex. Touch my hand. And we see this symbol that's on the tramp stamp Lana symbol on a rock in Lionel's hand because Clark is looking through his hand. And then...
Do you ever reach for somebody's hand like how Lex just reached for Lionel?
It was like a very confusing handshake.
Like the slowest return of a handshake I've ever seen, which gives Clark enough time to speed run in front of everybody to then throw the table.
So you're telling me Lex didn't see that? Lex didn't even see him just stand there and barge in?
He threw Lex and the table. You would think.
Yo, get out of here, Lex.
He's got something. And that is when the rock is shown by Lionel in his hand with Clark grabbing him. Lionel then touches Clark's hand now.
With the stone.
All of a sudden, we have ourselves a transference.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky? I still put hot chick. Who's Rob Schneider?
Yeah. Clark.
Exactly, which makes Lionel the hot chick.
Yeah, he's the evil hot chick.
That works.
Yeah.
But now what we have is a transference where they have now... Each person is now in each other's body.
Dude, Clark is now... We see that Clark Lionel is freaking out. And Lex is like, Clark. And immediately Lionel Clark is looking back like, yeah, me? But no, Lex is totally concerned with the actual Clark, which is Lionel.
And then we have Clark, who is now Lionel, now staring at Clark, who is now Lionel. And now...
We have to say Lionel Clark, Clark Lionel, dude.
All right. Clark Lionel has that evil look on his face where he is obviously real Lionel, and he is having that presence come out. He sees that rock, and he attempts to grab it where it does fall on the floor, correct?
Yes.
And that is where the guards then come in, where they come and try to arrest Clark because he's just breaking into a prison at this point.
Yeah, they're like, who is this kid? Let's get him out of here.
Lex then says, hey guys, stop it. It's cool. What do you mean it's cool? This is a prison.
We saw what happened, right?
I think everybody saw
this kid just assaulted guests and a prisoner. He's about to be thrown in prison now. He broke in there. He's not on the sign-in sheet.
He's not on the sign-in sheet.
He could easily get a felony. Or his parents.
Unless we're going back to this. Does Clark own prisons?
He's the marshal. Maybe they're just playing with him.
Hey, we have to put up this front right now, but we know it's you, CK.
Shh.
We're wearing the badge.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're making you proud. He's like, good job, boys.
But Lex then, as he says, guards, it's cool, looks at Clark. What are you even doing here?
Yeah, he's mad, as he should be, because honestly, what the hell?
Well, evil Clark, looking at Lex. Oh, your father, he told me to meet him.
Yeah.
Did he ask you to tackle me to the floor? No. He said he had something sharp. Lexi, a knife.
Yeah, he's making the excuse that he came here and saw that he had something sharp in his hand. And he's like, all right,
Lex buys it.
Yeah, I think everyone buys it, kind of.
And now evil Clark looks at Lex, says, let's get out of here.
Like, super mischievous. Weird. And he's just looking around. He looks in the reflection. Lionel's realizing, holy shit, I'm Clark, man.
Yeah, I
got the hogger. I'm the real Marshall now.
So are you saying that he automatically feels that right now?
Oh, dude, he's probably so hard right now.
So now with Clark inside of Lionel's body, that would obviously mean that Lionel's still going to be sick, correct?
That would make sense.
Okay, good. Let's hold on to that. And so now with Clark having Lionel inside of him, obviously we're going to get some trouble. I put in the notes, I'm looking forward to how it's going to affect everyone's relationship. I hate to jump to Marvel, but this just reminded me of Superior Spider-Man comic where it was Doc Ock that took over Peter Parker's body.
Mm-hmm.
And I even said, I hope this doesn't get weird like that comic, because it was all about hitting on Mary Jane in a perverted way. So my worry was that Lionel was going to do the same. He kind of does.
Yeah.
And I was also worried about Mom. Just going to throw that out there.
That scene makes me very uncomfortable.
Turns me on.
No. It shouldn't.
Why?
You're disgusting.
I'm just kidding.
Nah, the best scene is when he's just like taking advantage of all the women. He goes 3 for 3.
Okay, we're not going to get to my girl.
We're
not going to get to her yet. We're going to save this.
How'd you like that?
Meanest thing I've ever seen.
But yeah, dude, shit hit the fan in the beginning of this episode, though. Like, truly. You see that happen, you're like, oh my God.
I thought it was dumb, though. I put in my notes, and this is, again, what I thought of
like what you think
start.
of. I'm telling you, it's like a flip of a coin, dude.
I thought it was dumb because what is that made up rock? Is this just something that they're going to throw in like with Kryptonite powers last episode or two episodes ago of them just making things up? So that's what I thought they were doing, that it would have no connection to anything. Like it was just some rock that Lionel found in a cell. Like I was going to be pissed.
Damn, no, it had the symbol. You had to have assumed it was linked to the rock in the beginning episode.
No. I didn't put the connection with the symbol. I just thought it was a Kryptonian symbol. I didn't look into it of what it exactly appeared until, obviously, our cellmate Edgar tells us.
Yeah, Lana. It's Lana's tramp stamp symbol, the one in the cave, the Kryptonian symbol. We actually find out what it means this episode.
Yes.
We get some lore.
And Captain Planet will be making an appearance.
Very true. Very true.
But before we get to that, we got to stop spoiling. Let's go to the Kent farm.
We're back at the Kent farm because Lex drove who he thinks is Clark home, but he actually drove Daddy home. Clark, you don't seem like your usual self. You didn't say a word this whole drive. Now,
okay, thank you.
Can we please make a comment about this? That means Clark truly is kind of annoying. I think he's a chatterbox.
Which would also explain why him and Lois would get along. Because both of them are annoying as crap.
They're probably just talking shit all day, like about dumb shit.
This would explain more. But also, that would mean he would get along with Chloe. It just doesn't make sense.
No, Chloe likes to be quiet.
What?
Yeah.
No, not like Lana.
Bro, she's behind the computer or the phone, you know what I mean? Like, she has her quiet sessions, bro.
Yeah, but she's typing and all
this man talks to himself.
All right, he does play with the cows.
We have confirmation of that. And Clark is like, yeah, I'm sorry. I guess being in that prison, it upset me. Talking real Lionel now.
Yeah, well, it isn't exactly the best place on Earth there.
No, it isn't, Lex.
Do you ever feel guilty? And now Lex is looking at him confused, about sending your father to prison?
And it's obviously weird because the way Clark is asking about it is, it's like, oh, I've been wanting to ask this for a while. It seems like he's been holding this shit in.
And Lex even responds with, why would I ever feel bad? He murdered his parents. Who cares? He also killed my mom.
Yeah, and I think I did society a favor. I love that he says that. And and Lionel here in Clark's body is like, huh, and the blood relationship doesn't mean anything to you?
Go to hell.
Kidding
Go
me?
to hell, dude.
Kidding
I
me?
put what a lying sack of crap.
Bro.
Since when does the blood thing mean anything?
He just said you murdered your parents.
Hey,
The blood thing should not matter.
remember when you poisoned my whiskey?
Remember when you had me?
Remember a plane went down and I was in it?
Maybe you made me go crazy?
Just thought you were blind?
Bro.
You want me to keep going, Dad?
He put him in an asylum.
This... Yeah, electroshock therapy. Sorry, I forgot one.
Dude.
What the hell?
Pretty cool. The coolest thing he's ever
Does he
done
have
for him
dementia?
was give him that box. He gave him that lead box.
To put his feelings in there.
Hey, man. Put your insecurities in there. So quit being a little bitch.
I don't want to see them again. Also, there's no kids at your birthday.
You killed Julian, you piece of shit.
No, that's not till later.
Lex
then questions, though.
Lex is questioning this. He's like, why are you all of a sudden, part of my father's fan club?
You're right.
No, you're right. You're right.
Of course.
Of course. He's only your father.
Why should you feel anything, right? And Lex is now looking at him butthurt. I don't know why. He should just honestly assume Clark is not himself right now after going through whatever they went through. Lex should be questioning these things more.
He should, but also maybe he's really thinking like Clark is really telling him something. Because obviously Clark loves his dad and vice versa, but...
Hold on. No. What if Lex even heard once Clark say Lionel and him are best friends? Because remember, Clark thought the prophecy was about them two. So maybe Lex overheard something like that.
Maybe that's why they play each other so well.
That... BFFs.
The BFFs in real life and in the show.
But no, season 3. Not in season 4. Jason's BFF. Don't take that back.
BFF.
Yeah, Jason forever.
Yeah.
But Clark now walking away from Lex, walking up where John says, thank God you're here. Get your ass over here. I need your help.
God, where you been? I had to do chores today.
What? Oh, hey. He walks over and
Dude.
he puts his hands behind his
Now
back.
we are just going to start the cascading shitty things of the many shitty things that Lionel does as Clark.
This is amazing.
It's crazy. He really tops each one more and more. Like, each one is worse than the last.
Well, he sees what he can get away with as he keeps going.
Dude, it's ridiculous. So he goes up to John, hands behind back, looking all like...
Lionel-like.
Yeah. And John's like, are you all right? Yeah, I feel fine. Well, that's a relief. It's never a good sign when people around here are hearing strange noises. Lionel's like, okay, weird.
And he's just like looking at him like, what do you got?
He's thinking, like, who knows what he's thinking?
What are you doing right now, John?
Because Lionel just hates everyone. So John's like, all right, Clark, well, help me with the tractor. I need you to lift it up. He's like, what do you mean, lift it up? Like, lift up the tractor so I can check the rear end. Just lift it up. And Lionel's like, how would I do that?
Hey, you know what, son? Cut the crap. Lift the damn tractor.
Yeah, he starts getting mad. And I would be too. I'd be like, dude, lift the tractor up.
Oh, you would be too, even though he just got done hearing a noise. And a lot of times when that happens, it's somebody else that's taken over somebody's body. It's almost like we've seen this type of pattern before, John.
That's a good point.
Yes. John is just giving a crap about the chores that he wants Clark to do.
Or maybe, honestly.
Jarrell did it to him.
But here's my counter argument. Clark's a pothead.
What does that have to do with it?
He could just be dumb right now.
That's true, but still,
Okay.
he didn't come back until now. So, obviously, if you even see Lex pull up, he wasn't using his super speed. There's a lot of questionable things. John just blows it off because he only cares about, come fix my tractor. Great dad. Strike one, John.
A little. I can kind of get behind it. I feel that. So Lionel Clark is walking up to the tractor and he starts lifting it up easily and he's freaking out about it, just tilting it upwards from the front. And he's like, wow. He's like really shocked. And John's like, dude, I'm not small. Please lift it
I'm
higher.
not 5'4". Lift it above your head.
Yeah, dude. show everyone around us.
And he does.
The way he lifts it is ridiculous.
It's like a child lifting it for the first time. And I do enjoy the reaction because it's having abilities for the first time. But what's great about it is John then goes underneath the tractor. Clark, Lionel, is now saying, it all makes sense.
Yeah, he's just talking to himself. He's like, wow.
What was that? No, nothing.
Yeah, he's like, you sure you're okay? It's like, yeah, good. Boy, is it dirty under here. Okay, that's right. Like, I'm glad he noticed it there, because saying that, John's probably like, okay, it's always dirty under here.
Yeah, I don't watch these things, Clark.
It's always dirty under here. Why did he say that?
That's your job.
I know he's not that high.
He just got back.
Yeah. Now we're going to go to Clark Lionel in prison. And we now see that Lionel in his own cell have been doing a whole bunch of cave and those symbols research. And basically continuing what he's always been obsessed with this entire time. But Clark does have here the rock from the beginning of the episode. And is matching the symbol, the Lana tramp stamp.
This is where I realized, because they had this same picture of it that we saw even at the end of a few episodes ago. So yes, this is where I did see it was the same symbol. And I then was a little bit more curious, and I even put in the notes here, Lionel somehow has his own wall of weird in prison. How did Lionel get his own wall of weird? And I was like, how is he able to do the research? And that is when we have Edgar walk in.
Yes. And this dude...
Oh, so I assume that you're Lex, right?
Yeah. He's like, the stone was meant for Lex. He's like, what?
Oh, no.
Houston, we have a problem. No.
He then walks away, where now Clark, who is Lionel, walks up to him. What's going on? What is this? You have to tell me. No. All right. Listen. I have a hole in my wall. Let me go behind my poster here.
So they're cellmates, right?
And let me pull out a big rock.
That's the thing here. He managed to find this guy. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry to just brush over that. He really did.
How can you brush over that?
He really did just have a hole in the wall.
Lionel Luthor's cell has a hole in the wall where you can store things.
He made it? Or him? Look, okay, so it's obvious these guys are cellmates. Like,
yes.
So he's coming back in, I guess, from probably recreational time, maybe visiting time.
Well, obviously library time. He came back with books.
That's true. And he was telling him, he's like, yeah, he found this off the coast of Honduras. He's like, what? Yeah, he's been scavenging this, like, the whole entire world.
He's been scavenging the whole world because all these symbols, they are everywhere. Have you not seen them before? Let me explain them to you.
Yeah, and yeah, they actually do have their own wall of weird in here. It's crazy. But it's truly just the symbols, not even really...
And he says they are found in Egypt, Central America, even in some type of Indian cave. Her name was Kyla.
Oh, that tugged on some heartstrings, dude.
Yeah, dude, don't insult her.
She's buried in there.
White wolf.
White wolf.
Never leave.
Great white buffalo.
All right, but yes, what I do love, though, is that now it's Clark saying that he knows about these symbols.
But he doesn't know what they mean.
And this is where Edgar now has an explanation of them.
Yes, he does. He's like, oh, yeah, you better believe they actually they mean something. So that symbol in your hand, it means water. That's the element of transformation.
So Lana's tramp stamp means wet.
Dude, I'm glad you said it before me.
All I'm saying is we couldn't give her something else.
Look, Lana's wet at all times.
And okay, so this was, and before we get to the next one, this is why I paused it. This one, I didn't like that it was water. And the reason being, I would think that maybe she would have the tramp stamp whenever she touches water. Like that art project she had, maybe if you actually showed her drawing it and it was inside of like under like the water where then you could just see the reflect. Maybe if she could actually do art, but instead she just has to be able to trace some wooden piece inside of a church that there's no water around, but this symbol obviously means water.
Yeah, transformation, transference. So pause it again real quick. So if that means transference, what what is that doing to Lana then?
It's like what I said.
She have a transference?
No, see, I don't think she had a transference still, even though maybe, is that an explanation on why she sucks?
Oh, you think it's that?
Is this? I mean, maybe
No,
it's something
she
else
sucks
taking.
in general.
Okay,
right now.
so that's
There's
not.
no way. No.
I was trying to give some benefit of the doubt. All right, I don't get that. But my whole thing is, I'm still going back to some type of warrior nun is inside of her.
Chun-Li.
And that is going to be coming out whenever the time is right to kill Cal. I still think it's a challenger to Cal.
That's true. Maybe something's lingering in there.
And that's where the transference, because also when we get to it, it would mean that it wouldn't last, which is why I think it's actually like a spirit in her.
Inside her, wet?
Yes, because that's what the symbol means.
Oh, dude.
And he does now show 2 other symbols.
We seen one, too. The classic crest, Superman crest with the 8. That one apparently means air. And so, yeah, he goes in to mention the whole transference thing, and he's explaining to Lionel, which is Clark, and how that's all working. And now, look, this is how you're here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, whoa, well, so how are you here?
Clark actually, in Lionel's body, is really smart with this because he says it's too good to be true. How did you end up here?
Yeah, because he's so smart.
And he knows about these symbols, meaning that Lionel would have had to been able to track him down because he needs his expertise.
Like, how did you get here?
Yes, exactly.
And what he reveals is that he apparently...
Ask the DA.
Ooh.
That's what he says. Ask the DA. They said that I embezzled $14 million.
Oh, yeah. Out of a Princeton account, apparently that's where Lionel went. That's his alma mater, bro.
Weird.
Coinkydink?
Never. Not with Lionel.
So, yeah. Some embezzling happened, and he just happened to end up in this prison, of course, in Lionel Luthor's cell. And the dude's just like, yeah, pretty lucky, huh? And, of course...
No, he starts twitching like he's on crack.
Yeah. And, yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? And Clark's like, shit, dude, this guy's... Lionel's a piece of shit. He's just thinking Lionel's a piece of shit for this.
Well, yeah, no, he really did set a guy up in order for him to be a cellmate.
Yes, dude.
Like, that's what we have to realize.
Like, imagine if Lionel gets out, what happens to that guy? Is he going to get him out?
That guy's never leaving.
Yeah, what the...
Because then he would tell everybody what happened. Lionel would somehow, if he was out, would set him up for the death penalty.
Hey, that guy definitely killed his family, too. But he even mentions, I just hope he lasts long enough, meaning Lionel, who was now in Clark's body. And Clark's like, he's dying. So
Edgar tells Clark this, that he is dying, but he also would have probably told Edgar that in order to make him feel bad, so then he would help him with the research. Let's keep going.
Very true.
And that's where...
But yeah, look, Clark looks at himself in the mirror, looking at Lionel's face, and he looks sick, bro.
He looks the same.
If he's dying, then that means he's looking more bony.
I'm gonna die too. And no, he looks just like normal.
And now we go to the farm.
Bonjour!
Lionel Clark is speaking French to some woman on the phone.
Bank woman.
Dude, we're getting a lot of French in this. Betty is everywhere.
Au revoir.
And okay, so Lionel here is actually speaking a lot of French right now.
Checking himself out in the mirror too.
And he's also checking Clark out. And this is...
That's where he looked at the hogger. By the way, he opened his pants.
He's checking his waist, and he's like, huh.
Let me see what he's working with. If I had some time...
He's going to kill someone with that thing.
He
will actually commit a murder whenever he first does it with someone.
Mom.
Whoa. That's messed up, dude.
What are you talking about?
What are you doing?
I'm talking about the episode,
dude,
man.
That's messed up, dude.
What?
It's messed up.
Everyone thinks one thing, but then you get another thing.
Dude, I hate that scene, bro. I hate it so much.
I love that scene, actually.
It's bad. Just because it's like, no, we're not doing that. So Lionel here is trying to get his money out of this foreign account that he has. Still checking himself out, grabbing the football. And he's trying to get it transferred out to get bearer bonds.
Tells him the password Meehan, which is his mother's name. Even tells them
account number.
And it doesn't work because you know it's not right.
The voice verification. Because obviously it's Clark's voice.
By the way, and
also
Lionel's. $57 million. This made sense to me.
Yeah, and it's a foreign account.
Yeah.
I guarantee they do stuff like those big banks, they got verification, bro.
Yeah. completely agree here because we have that because we're so big.
Yeah, big.
Yeah.
Hoggers.
Wait, no, that's not what I meant.
Go Hoggers.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Do you want to take this scene?
Oh,
you love it so
yes.
much, or do you want me to hate on it?
No, because Clark!
We get our second shitty thing that will top what, of course, Clark already did.
What? No. Nothing shitty has happened. Martha then just decides to come upstairs, and Lionel, is now staring at her. Okay, Clark, I know you're practically a grown man, because Clark decides to call her Martha.
Yeah, he's like, Martha.
Please don't ever grow out of calling me Mom. I never want you to do that. You're always going to be my baby boy. Sure, Mommy.
Yeah, and then she's like, I was going to say dinner's ready, but are you going out? You're dressed in, like, nice clothes. And
I just decided to go against the shitty plaid.
Yeah, bored with plaid. Just wanted to change. She's like, all right.
Well, I'll see you inside, silly goose. And then Lionel, speeds run because he couldn't control it. I'm assuming that he got excited.
What if he ran through her?
That would have
been...
been...
Like he pulled a boys situation.
I was going to say...
A-Train.
That was still one of the worst things I've ever seen.
First 5 minutes, cool.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
But yes, super speed where he almost goes over the railing, stops himself, and then Martha, whoa, hey, Clark, are you okay right now? What are you doing? And Clark then turns around, Lionel. Oh.
His shirt is still unbuttoned.
Well, I just... And Martha's looking at him, what? I just wanted to tell you how beautiful you look today. And Mom... Me?
Yeah, and Martha's already like, something's not right.
She looks at him more closely. I can see it in your eyes. Lionel is trying to avoid her now. Is it because, though, you heard something in your head today, sweetie? I don't know. Mommy, hold me. I need a hug.
This is so weird, dude. I hate it. Dude,
let me smell
oh
your
my
hair.
God, bro.
Yes.
Dude, he took a whiff. Like, bro. Oh
and then he gets the
He said, I need a hug.
Oh, I need a hug, Mommy. Please give me your milk.
Gets turned on. You know how I know? Because Heat Ray comes out of the eyes.
We have a flashback, pretty much a nod to Heat. When Clark first learned his powers.
Was watching his sex ed video?
Yeah, and his hot teacher.
Yeah, staring at her, bending over the desk.
Yeah, with her tits out.
Yeah, Pete was there.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Wichita.
Do we miss him? And yeah.
Never. Jason's the best friend now.
Yeah, we don't. Who's Pete? Who cares about Pete?
Martha
Look, dude, this scene is so bad. I hated every second of that.
Once the heat ray comes out, Martha then knows what happened, turns around.
She's like,
what
Clark.
is that? She looks outside of the window and sees that the tractor is on fire.
Jonathan, it's like a hay bale tractor or something.
Jonathan's outside, like throwing something.
No, he's not. That'd be funny if they did that. He comes running out and he's like, "What the hell, dude?"
Martha then turns around. Oh my God, what is wrong with you? What? I don't know, Mommy. Well, jump down there and put out the fire. How?
With your hands.
Duh. Oh.
Martha's like wiping her hair too because, like, dude, that was weird.
She can feel the spit on her.
She can feel his breath, dude. He was breathing her in. Now, Lionel's all excited to go pull out the fire, and he comes in excited about it. He's like, wow. Hey, Mom.
That was nothing. She goes, hey, sweetie, go upstairs and get yourself cleaned up. Hey, Clark, Jason's here. John comes out from the living room because Jason...
Another visit by Jason.
Hey, he has to check on his best friend here.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it in like a minute.
Yeah, don't you dare. This is
way.
very sweet. He wants to make sure that he's okay. Don't you insult this.
Whoa, dude, chill out.
Dude, Jason forever.
Yeah. Wow, you're really defensive about Jason.
He's the best thing to ever happen to Clark.
Not even his parents?
How dare you?
Not even his parents?
No.
Not even
Was John supportive of football? I don't think so.
Not even Pete?
No, Pete was not. Nope.
Not even fake Cara?
No, fake Cara was horrible.
What about Jarrell?
No, maybe if Clark would have been like, I'll slaughter every football player I see. Then Jarrell would have been behind him.
Football. Gladly throws a football through the entire team.
Do it for me, son.
Yeah, so we get a weird interaction with John here. As John's like, yeah, Jason's here. He's like, yeah,
John
guess you're doing all right, huh? He just pats Clark on the shoulder.
John pats him on the shoulder, and then Clark, who is Lionel, then just, when John turns his back, pats him on the back sarcastically, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, okay, don't do that again type of shit. It's like, and John even like, whoa.
Yeah, John turns around. What? This is my house.
I can pat you on the fucking shoulder if I want to.
John turns back around, lets
Even
it go.
Martha's questioning like that, because she saw it.
It's almost like whenever you hear a buzzing sound, we change
That's gonna be like our only complaint. This episode.
personalities. It's almost like this has happened before.
It's gonna be our only true complaint on that. Is like, why did we not think?
Why are we not questioning?
He ended up with Flex after the ringing.
Mm-hmm. So
He sniffed mom.
he had heat vision, which John and everybody should know how Clark gets that, which is thinking dirty thoughts. So once again, something should have made sense, and now we have the
Especially after this conversation too, we're about to have.
also no plaid. Let's
Nope.
not forget that,
Yeah.
because that's the most important thing here.
Yeah, he only wears these shirts on dates.
And also,
Banquets.
let's get back to BFF.
Yeah. So Jason's here. He's like, hey, man, you looking all right? It's like, yeah, I'm good. And he's like, are you sure? Because you're looking at me like you have no idea who I am.
Oh yeah. No, I know who you are, Coach.
You're Coach. You're like your jacket. He points at his jacket. And Jason's like, okay. Clark walks away. And Jason's like, all right, well, I guess I'll see you at practice tomorrow. Lionel, of course, is like, I'm not going to be able to make it.
Lionel, who is Clark?
Yeah, Lionel Clark. It's pretty important, man, considering you could clinch a scholarship Friday.
Jason's pleading his case because he's looking out for him.
Clark then just
Shoves him.
Lionel Clark just goes down. He's like, you know what? Nah, I think I just got to get my priorities straight. I'm not going to be able to do that. Don't care about it. He's like,
Hey, anybody would kill for a scholarship
free
like
ride,
this.
dude.
And yeah, Clark, Lionel, okay, slams the door in
Yeah,
his
he's
face.
like, you really talking about quitting the team there? He's like, yeah, precisely.
I'm done.
And slams him in the face. And Jason's hurt.
Jason's questioning things right now.
He sure is.
He definitely is confused on why Clark would take that turn, especially the bond that they've built. So Jason is not going to let this go, in my opinion. But before we get to more of Jason and Clark, let's get to some prison.
I love prison. You know why? Because Clark Lionel is in prison. Edgar is like, well, once a week, unless you know how to work the system, of course, I do. We can do something.
Because Clark Lionel wants to be able to make a phone call, and Edgar's like, yeah, I know how to use it, but it's very complicated. Don't worry, I'll be able to help. I feel like it's not that complicated.
You get your free call.
It's complicated.
Like a day?
It's complicated to be able to get gas, which seem to happen like any day of the week, but phone calls are the most difficult.
I'm pretty sure that's a daily thing.
Great stuff.
Yeah. He's like, I need you to help me, Edgar. It's like, what's in it for me? It's like,
come on. Well, it's more than anything. Edgar is still now saying, what is in it for me to be able to help you get the phone system? Clark Lionel then pleads with him, well, what do you want? Well, Lionel decided to promise me that he'd be able to get me out of it once he was out of this prison. And so now I'm just wanting to get out of here because I don't think he's going to be able to get me out. So can you get me out?
He's like, yeah, you don't. And of course he can't because he doesn't even want to help him. You have no power. You have no money.
You can't do anything, pussy.
Yeah. It's like, I have a lot more power than you think, Edgar. It's like, all right. Look, Lionel looks terrible right now. Are you kidding me?
Time to play Who Wants to Beat a Billionaire.
Yeah, we get the grossest prisoner.
This is the guy who shaved his head.
Yeah, it is. I think he likes him.
By the way, do you know who this guy is in real life?
No.
He was their security guy.
What do you mean?
He was their head of security whenever they were shooting episodes in Canada.
What the hell?
Yeah. He's also been in Time Cop, I think, and something else.
Time Cop.
Yeah, so he's a big martial artist. I'm pretty sure he's like 10 like black belt, dragon belt, whatever, but it's something huge what he is. Like, he's an actual fighter.
What?
He should be in John Wick, I swear to God.
Dude, get him in there.
10-time champion in martial arts, something like that. Maybe it was like...
Why was he shaving heads, man?
I don't know.
But now we get his skills. Because, yeah, everyone... Apparently, this is a fun game to play amongst everyone. Everyone likes to beat up Lionel.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Lionel is in the whooping boy. The problem is that most likely would explain why he looked so beaten up whenever he went and saw Lex. That would just mean that he's been taking quite a whooping and he needs to get out of there as soon as possible. Because apparently Lionel's been promising money to these guys.
Yeah.
Where's my 5 large?
Yeah, you got my 5 large?
What?
Yeah, Lionel's like,
Security guards go up
what
the
are you
elevator.
talking about? That senile act isn't going to work, Trump. Keeps calling him Trump this episode, which is funny.
Yeah, no, this
Donald
was...
Trump.
Well, he had his own show, The Apprentice, at this time, so it was all about you fired.
You're fired.
You fired.
You're fired. And now we get the altercation beginning here between them two. Clark Lionel, weak as shit, and tries to punch the dude. And he's like, don't play me, Trump. I'm going on 3 life terms for murder. What's one more, bro?
And he just punches him in the face, and then when Clark Lionel hits the ground, he just starts kicking him. Now we have Clark Lionel, who is bleeding from his head, and he finally is able to feel like a person that's going to be able to feel this pain.
Yeah.
My whole thing is, it's interesting that he threw that punch thinking that something would happen. I'm surprised that guy didn't just break Lionel's arm. I thought that's what would happen.
Break his arm?
Yeah, break his arm. I thought it was going to be some like real serious nasty stuff right now.
It would have been great to break something because then that would have made it all the more difficult for him to like get back in his body.
Would it?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I guess. Because then you only have one arm.
Or what if he broke a leg?
I don't know if that would do anything.
Break his neck.
Why are we going to this route? Dude, I don't even care if you include this. My wife fucking came in here in order to Taylor, you don't sound good. Taylor, you sound like absolute ass.
Yo, I didn't want to say anything, bro, but that's like what she said. That's what she said. She said, Taylor, bro, step it up.
We had to take a break so that my wife could insult me.
She said, y'all recording? Yeah, Taylor, you sound like shit. What are you doing, man? Are you having an off week?
What is going on?
You okay?
I'm really hurt.
Get roasted.
Dude, she has to do an episode with us.
All right.
Hold on.
Hold the phone.
Oh, hold on.
Hold
I
the
know
phone.
you got something with this too.
Oh, man.
Before we even jump, because the next scene is at Smallville High, we just have to go back to a lot of points we made about the school is always unlocked.
For the marshal.
For a lot of people.
For a select few.
Nope. There's a lot.
Even Adam. Van.
No. Not even that in this episode. Because let's go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So we're trying to log into Luther Corp website.
At Smallville High.
At Smallville High, luthercorp.net. And of course, it's going to be Lionel Clark right now. He's all intense and looking at it. And there's no login. He can't get logged in. And he immediately gets mad and breaks the desk. And just smashes it.
Okay, hold on. He typed in a password to Luther Corp in order to access the system where he didn't think that Lex would change the password.
He was put in prison.
He really
like,
thought...
do you have a secret account that no one would know about in the database? You're telling me Lex didn't fish it out?
That's the only thing I could think, but if it's him trying to log into Luther Corp, I'm like, all right, well, Lex is then going to find it.
Let me use my old information. I'm sure it's still the same. You know, I will say, like, Lionel's problem in this episode is that he's too excited. He's like, he's too fast with everything. It's like he's not thinking all the way through.
Hold on, you said it. He doesn't have a plan.
Yeah.
There's no plan right now. It's
like,
wild.
Because this was not supposed to happen.
Yes.
It was supposed to be
Lex, so that everything would have been much easier.
That's the craziest part. If he was Lex, oh my God, would they have even... You think Clark would have figured it out?
No, not unless somehow X-ray vision allows you to see the spirit. But with this Byakugan, I think that maybe he could see spirits.
Maybe he can call Kyla from the spirit world.
Stop saying that.
Dude, you mentioned her.
Hey, man, now we're getting into elements. We're getting into spirit world. Are you talking Avatar right now?
That's right.
Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, where's Earth?
Let's go to Korra.
Why only have 3? Where's Earth?
All right, so after Clark Lionel breaks the desk and throws
Lionel Clark, dude.
I can't get it right. After he breaks the desk, Chloe then walks in. Oh, hey, by the way, weird you're not wearing some flannel. What was that? So 5 minutes ago?
Yeah, because he wears it every day.
Chloe showing up at 9 p.m., obviously being the editor of The Torch for a decade now. She does not sleep. She is always wanting to solve.
Look, she was coming here to be quiet.
It was to write the story and a Torch article because Chloe doesn't sleep.
She doesn't stop. Never stop.
What's
never
great,
stop,
though,
never stopping.
She does not make this weird. Instead, it's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, who the hell Paul Bunyan this desk?
Yeah, it was like that when I got here.
Weird. It's only happened like 4 other times. Okay.
It's kind of believable. I'd be like,
This is the smallest thing that's ever happened.
yeah, this is honestly minor. You know, Chloe, I'm concerned about your well-being.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
This is a crazy conversation.
I hate
If
this.
Lionel Luthor managed to somehow get out of prison, like, what do you think he'd do?
Well, I'm not really worried about that, considering he's not going to be up for parole until he's 112 years old. So, should I be worried that somehow the color is elevated to orange with Lionel Luthor?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah,
Let me slide over with my chair.
yeah, he's acting real just
Douchey?
like, douchey. Yeah, it's like, well, look, I'll tell you what he's like. Aren't you scared? He's like, no, I'm not exactly shaking in my sneakers, but he's got life term. Like he's gonna be out. He's up for parole at 112. Like when he's 112. Now,
all right,
we get the start of your mean scene that
Yes,
Lionel Clark does to Chloe.
And this is where, okay, I actually do have to bring this up with an interview with Glover. He blatantly said, I think Chloe Sullivan is attracted to Lionel Luthor because of his brain. So she probably has dreams about him. Hee hee.
What?
Yep, I could show you in the companion if you'd like, but it is weird.
He said that in this episode.
He said that about this episode, yes.
When would that have happened? Like when falling in love with his brain?
Or when would Chloe ever be into Lionel? And somehow he said this in an interview, and they put this in the companion.
I mean,
No.
I can kind of see.
No.
No, I'm just seeing as far as like.
Gross.
Yeah,
You
it
say
is-
the Martha and Clark thing is
No,
gross?
no. This is just like it's definitely gross. Cause
Hot?
I'm just thinking of like Lionel and Victoria was just weird. You know?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's like old balls, gross. You know, but.
I
Because
want what my son
Chloe
has.
was like in cahoots with Lionel for a while. And
Against her will.
no, at first, remember, she did approach him first. Because she was mad at Clark. She approached him first, bro.
Hold on. She had black highlights in her hair.
Dude,
That wasn't
was still
Chloe Sullivan.
Are you kidding me?
She won.
There's no way you're about
Hold
to
on.
defend that.
You know why I'm going to defend it? Because that's season 2, Chloe.
Dude,
That's
oh.
worst villain of the year, Chloe.
Yeah.
So we don't talk about that.
You're telling me she wouldn't have been into Lionel?
Black highlights made her act
Because he
another
was
way.
the bad boy, rich bad boy.
Ew. No.
With the brain.
So she was attracted to him.
Maybe Glover was onto something.
She was attracted to him when she was 15 years old.
Hell yeah.
hate
She
you.
couldn't get Clark. Next best thing.
You're trying to.
She's not going to go for John. That's too close to home.
Just wait till another Lois episode. I'm gonna get you back.
Look, high school wasn't working. No, Ian Randall wasn't working.
What?
That Seth dude.
What? So Clark turned me down, so I want an old man now? What? She ain't gonna go from farmer.
All the young people just suck. She had to get someone older.
By the way, no. What's Clark's name? What did Flash call him? Jimmy Croc?
Jimmy Crack Corn.
Jimmy Crack Corn. See, she's not gonna go from Jimmy Crack Corn to then Lionel.
You never know. Martha went from the lavish lifestyle to John.
Chloe, though, questioning exactly how he is acting, where she says, you know, maybe you've been sacked one too many times.
Because Lionel Clark is approaching her kind of weird.
You mean with his pelvis thrusted forward?
Now he's like, Chloe.
Can we just say what he's wearing right now, too? real quick?
He tucked in his shirt.
Tucked in his blue button-down long-sleeve shirt with white pants and a black belt.
Yeah.
I just want to throw this out there because it's going to be relevant here shortly.
Cool. And Lionel Clark is like, Chloe, I've seen you in a different pair of eyes. I certainly see you in a new light. And she's like, well, that's supposed to mean. And now they're just right here against each other.
Lionel Clark approaches her, and he is so up close to her, breathing in her mouth.
I have to confess to you, I find you absolutely fascinating. And Chloe's like,
is that a twinkle in your eye?
It's that twinkle in your eye, Chloe. And
Starts brushing her cheek.
He's brushing her cheek.
Wonder where Lex got it
Your
from.
wonderful, sexy smile.
Remember how Lex brushed cheeks? Lionel brushed
You're bringing
cheeks.
that up, dude?
Yeah, with Lex and Lana.
You loved it.
Lana can go to hell at this point. I don't care.
That's true.
Yeah.
And now Chloe.
Jason, leave her.
Honestly, go for Clark. And your skin. And now he's like trying to kiss her. And Chloe's like, Clark, what are you doing? It's like what I've wanted to do for a very, very long time.
And now he's Eskimo and
tickling
kissing her.
nose. And now she is about it, dude. She closes the eyes.
She doesn't lean.
Oh, but she accepts it.
She doesn't lean. She would accept it.
I'm sorry. You're telling me right there,
Yep.
right there, when she closed her eyes and just let it happen, you're telling me it wasn't saying on her forehead, put it in me.
No, it definitely.
I will lay her, put it in me.
But she still
Put it in me.
She put a boundary up.
What boundary? Oh.
You got to kiss the girl.
Yeah.
Sebastian said it in Little Mermaid. You have to be able to kiss the girl where she is going to stay in that position, but the guy is the one that has to be able to lean all the way in. Chloe, whenever we see her at her low points, she would be the one leaning in. So this is still going back.
No, it's definitely, I'll agree with you there. It's definitely, I'm not saying she is leaning in. I'm just saying it says put it in me still.
But
You
I
can't
don't
deny
blame.
that.
But I don't blame her.
Well, yeah, no, we'll get to how that's just really mean what he's doing.
Hey, remember when he left the door open last episode or 2 episodes ago when he kissed her on the cheek, and then we said you should definitely shut the door, and he decided to say, just not right now.
Keep on trucking.
So I don't blame her, and I will also say this. If I'm Chloe, I'm never friends with him again.
Dude, we've been saying
Like,
this.
I am
Clark
so
shouldn't-
done.
Clark
I'm
shouldn't
so
have
done.
friends. He's blessed to have Jason.
Yeah. Thank God Jason's new.
That's true.
If he was...
But he's starting to trickle down now because this is probably going to be like the start of it.
Hold on, I'll tell you why it's the start of it here shortly.
But
Yes.
Lionel Clark backs away from Chloe and is like, don't you wish?
You wish.
And then he says, Miss Sullivan,
Walks away. Chloe is a little bit
we should...
confused. And this, by the way, is like a disgusted confused.
Yeah. And it's like, what the hell?
Hey.
Shouldn't we catch that clue? Why would he say Miss Sullivan?
Hold on. You stop it. You already said it. You're going to get your own point. She was so excited. So into it. She said it on her forehead that she was not thinking of anything else.
But how he just dissed her.
Exactly.
But right there, like, you're still not analyzing that whole thing? Nah, that's a girl, bro. She would know. That would be weird.
Not when it's...
She'll remember every second of that shit.
Maybe later on, whenever he were to explain himself, if he knew it happened. That's also the other side of this. If there's no explanation and that's the only thing you get, like I said before, the only thing that's going in her mind right now, I'm not friends with this guy anymore.
It should be.
Yes. Hey, let's go to Lana
Betty.
and Jason.
Betty.
Lana.
What is this called? It's called the Castle de Montemala.
Lana has been doing her research.
On Countess Thoreau.
And what Lana has determined is she's just like me. We have so much in common. She was a princess that lived in a castle. Fuck you. From the bottom of my heart. You have nothing in common. What the hell are we talking about?
It's her ancestor.
And I love Jason. Oh, don't tell me the Duchess ran a coffee shop. Yes, Jason, because that's all she is.
No, she's from this village in France. Castle de Montemala. Same village that my mom's ancestor came from. The same village that my mom's ancestors came from. So
We have so much in common.
So it's like a friend that died thousands, like years ago, probably.
By the way, they have so much in common.
And Jason's like, so what do you think it means? Because I think he's confused.
Lana's the worst human being alive.
She's still turning around like, I don't know, you know?
She has red hair, by the way.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Transference?
What? We're changing colors?
I don't know. It's all really strange, you know?
It's all really strange.
She was buried as a martyr, but you know, she was burned as a witch.
Jason's like looking at
Like,
her like,
what the fuck are you talking
did
about?
you just watch The Crucible? Like, what are you doing?
I know you said Clark smokes. You smoke too?
Lana, I said don't dip in his stash. Clark's got the hard stuff.
I thought you said you weren't going to there anymore.
Lana then turns away and looks down.
We will figure this out, I promise.
Jason
all
walks up to her.
right? Just being supportive. You know?
Yes.
That's all you can be, I guess.
Then gives her a hug.
I absolutely love everything about this next few seconds.
Me too. I also want to have to ask you a question, though, before we get to the best part.
Cool.
So what time is it where two cheerleaders are then randomly walking down the hallway?
How did I not pick this up?
That's why I said.
Wait.
That's why I said this.
What time is it?
What time is it, Joseph? What are they
It
doing
was
there?
dead nighttime.
Yeah. What are they doing?
What?
Clark Lionel
Fully
leaves.
dressed cheerleaders.
Fully dressed. Clark Lionel leaves the
Lionel
torch
Clark.
office, and then he's walking down the hallway, where then two cheerleaders come out of a doorway and then just walk right past him. Check him out. It's like, is that a tucked-in shirt?
Yeah, and Lionel Clark is like, ladies, and they're like, ooh, hey.
What are they doing there?
They look at each other like, not bad. They're holding pom-poms.
What are they doing?
Why are we here?
Why are they there?
What time is it?
What are they doing?
Unless the sun sets very early.
Nope.
The longest this could be is like maybe at most, bro, 7. 7. Did we have a game?
I don't know if we had a game. Maybe.
Is this Friday? Is this practice day?
You know what? The stadium is at the school.
So no, this wouldn't be because this is after dinner. He dressed in these clothes at dinner.
That's true. And also the game's not till Friday.
What time
and
is it,
Jason
dude?
already came to the house, so practice would have already been over.
Yeah, and Lana's at the school?
Yeah.
Why?
And so Jason went back to
Was she waiting naked in his office?
Yep. And so...
Oh, Coach Quigley, sorry.
What were the cheerleaders doing?
Orgy.
By the way, that's the poll question. What were the two cheerleaders doing in the hallway?
Was it even confirmed that they got in trouble?
Who?
The cheerleaders.
No.
So, are they all just still pieces of shit and can do whatever they want?
Yeah, I think maybe Mandy got in trouble. I think that's what it was. Mandy was seeing a psychiatrist or something. Or coma. But
she was perfectly fine when we last saw her, but she's in a coma now.
I think that was the only one who got busted. Maybe I'm wrong.
Is it fair to say, let's do this, any new character that comes in and they're just kind of one and done, or we just never know what happens, we're just going to assume coma?
Yeah. That's actually canon. That's not even something we're making up right now.
Yeah. If they're gone, it's coma, most likely. When have we really gotten some deaths, you know?
So you think the cheerleaders are making the next batch of their love potion because they're the love potionettes?
Dude, the potionettes never die.
Maybe they're the next generation.
They're like that love planet in DB Super.
Still don't know why they have the pom-poms. Let's go to the best scene.
Why? Yes. Oh my God, bro.
There you go.
This is amazing. So,
After check out the tuck shirt.
Lionel Clark is now being able to do the super hearing. He's like overhearing Jason and Lana's conversation. And he's like, we'll get through this together, Lana, I promise. Blah, blah, blah. And Lionel Clark is like, holy shit, I can hear that.
Who kisses like this?
And guess what? Now we have Lana and Jason making out like crazy. All sensual, too. Like they're about to have sex.
Yeah. Once again, like something else.
But she doesn't put out,
happen.
so I know it's not going to happen.
Hey, what's going on in here?
Oh, don't stop on my account.
And now we have Lionel Clark.
just walked in, and of course they're gonna assume it's just Clark. He's like, Clark, He's like,
You're young.
it's not what it looks like. Does she say the classic line? It's not what it looks like. I can't remember.
Yes, you're young. You're vital. I get it.
You have needs.
You do you.
Weird thing to say.
And then he
then he just smirks. He's like, right, coach?
Ooh.
Dude.
Jason is left there going, oh my God. Lana's looking at him going, oh my God.
Let me tell you how shitty Lana probably feels. Like, she probably thinks she's like the biggest whore right now.
You would think, right?
Right, no.
You would think she would. No, that's exactly right, Joseph. You would believe that is how she would be reacting. Especially.
It's a good assumption.
It's a great assumption.
Given what just happened.
It's a normal person's reaction.
Normal.
Let's go to prison first.
Key term you use there. Normal.
Yep. Not the same.
Not the same.
Red hair.
We're going back to Kansas State P.
Did she do red highlights for Lex? Oh my God. I'm going to lose it at this point. Why did she have red hair?
Jason's rubbing off on her.
No, Jason wouldn't like that. She just keeps changing in front of Jason. Jason's the victim right now.
Maybe it's the tattoo.
Jason, leave her.
It's Adam.
Wet.
Adam's inside her. Wet.
He did find girls in the shower.
He was wet with them. He died in the rain.
Oh my
He
God.
died in the rain. Is Adam in that tattoo, dude?
Adam's in the tattoo.
Oh my God. This is amazing. Adam is now, like, Lana's Adam and Jason's Lana.
Yes. Except Jason's much better.
A lot better.
Yeah, Jason's the best. Let's not bring him down a peg. Let's put him up at the top here.
Yeah, he said, fuck you, Dad. Lana's like, I need a dad. I need one bad. I had one, but he said bon voyage. I said au revoir.
I see Henry all the time at the restaurants, and it hurts.
He just looks at me and then looks away.
Because he's with his real family.
Yeah. The white people.
Yeah. This stupid ex-wife is a bitch.
We need to really figure out, because I'm pretty sure Lana's mom has not been confirmed to be, like, Asian, right?
No, she's not. In the picture with Henry Smalls, she is not. Wait, maybe she is. I don't know. I don't have that picture.
So, what if Lana's just living in some delusional world and she's just an orphan? Like, she was adopted.
That's why I say there's no teachers at the schools. She was Jimmy Neutron that made the wish.
Children of the Corn, dude.
Yeah. She is the villain.
Man.
Still increasing my season 4 theory on her.
Now Lionel Clark is going back to the prison. And guess what? He is visiting Clark Lionel right now.
What up, bitch?
Yeah, he's like, what do you think? Wanted to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, Mr. Luther. I understand how time-consuming making license plates can be. And you're just throwing jabs at Lionel right now.
Clark Lionel.
Yeah, Clark Lionel.
He is now gripping the stone where he has such a horrible game plan. He's going to do the exact same game plan that he did.
Worst plan on nominee, Clark.
He did the exact same plan.
You were going to do the exact same thing?
That Lionel did. And you didn't think that he would question why you have your hand underneath the table like he did?
This is why we need Edgar.
Did Edgar tell you to do this?
No, that's why. Remember, he didn't want to help him.
Trying to hide it, Clark Lionel then is still sitting down while Lionel Clark is standing up, and he looks down at him, does his x-ray. Oh.
You're not going to get me with that. Not with my speed.
And now Clark Lionel is terrified.
Yeah, because now he knows of it, and he's trying to still keep his poker face or, like, denial. And he's like, you're never going to get away with this. He's like,
oh, but I am.
Yeah, with my mind and your body, the sky's the limit, Clark. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you don't have powers.
You know, it's becoming so clear now to me why you're so secretive. You understand that true power is better left concealed.
Clark Lionel now scared. You know what? No matter how hard you try, you'll never be me. What? My parents, my friends, they'll see right through you. Will they, Clark?
I'm not so sure.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm doing pretty good over here.
Apparently, buzzing sound means that
everything's fine.
You get over it.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
It's like a scratch.
Yeah. Shout out John and Martha.
Yeah, good parents. They haven't so far. But look, I need you to do something for me. All right? Say the name Mian and these numbers. And he pulls out a tape recorder. And we already know what he's trying to do. Access his accounts.
Yes. From France. where now he is asking him, come on, speak. Or all your friends and family, they'll all be dead shortly.
No. He specifically says, or your good friend Lex, let's see what happens. He might get killed.
Why is he threatening Lex out of everybody?
Yeah, because then Clark's over here like, that's your son. Why would you? I mean, you wouldn't do that. He's like, well, I mean, he's my son. He didn't stop me from putting me in prison.
He's your only son. I'm his only father, and he put me in prison. Okay.
Lionel. Now speak the words in the recorder, or you will be responsible for your friend's death. And of course, Clark is like, well, shit, man. Because he'll do it.
He's about to cry. He obviously does it. We go to the Clark barn, where now he has the tape recorder up to the phone.
Playing it.
Saying exactly what Clark Lionel said. And now we have the person on the other line saying, voice verification complete. And account balance is $2.59.
Dude, the fact that Lex even left that much in there is just so great. Because he probably knew at some point Lionel would have tried to access it.
Probably the bank fee.
Or like interest.
Yeah.
Some type of weird interest.
Yeah, that's
like
all just the bank thing. And so it's funny, though, his reaction to it, because there was $57 million in there. Lionel Clark is then shattering his phone, where all of a sudden, Lana walks into the Clark barn to one of the greatest scenes ever. Jesse, I hope you're listening.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Look, Lana comes in and is like,
about last night.
And Clark's like, I just want to tell you what
you'll get over it.
It's like about what we did.
Lionel Clark then tries to blow her off. I don't care. Why are you here?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not concerned about this. You'll get over it, whatever. Lana's like, well, we didn't just meet Clark. He was in Paris over the summer, and we sort of spent a lot of time together. And
how romantic.
Cool.
Great
Why are you
story.
Still here? Why are you still here? Lovers meeting, first kiss shared on the banks of the river Seine.
Beautiful. Thanks. And now, Lana, he moved to Smallville to be with me, Clark.
It's kind of serious. And now Lionel's like, I'm not surprised, you know?
Walks over to her with now a smirk on his face. A man would travel around the world to pluck your succulent fruit.
Bro, we're out of line.
We're not out of line.
That is a weird thing to say.
No, it's not.
That is a creepy thing to say.
Can I be honest with you? Shut up! If this is what I have to do for you to stop, then I'll say something inappropriate. But Jesus.
Just say shut up.
Why are you going on and on?
He moved to Smallville to be with me, Clark.
What is this?
You would never do that for me. Don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, don't talk to me like that. And now I just can't help it. I'm sorry.
Clark, I need you to promise me something. He's like, okay, yeah, sure, of course, whatever
you want.
Don't tell anyone about me and Jason.
Whoa, okay, we're going to pause.
Why did we just say that in like a threatening manner?
We're going to pause.
Why did we say that in a threatening manner? You are the one who should be in fear.
Yeah. Yes.
Don't threaten. What do you threaten me with?
What? This is...
That you're telling me when I said pluck your succulent fruit?
That was it. And by the way, that was for me to just get you to stop talking. And
shut up, right? After I said that?
Can you just go home?
You were about to walk out before
Take
you
your
just
Jeep,
said that.
leave. But here's the issue with it. Lana acts like that Clark owes her something. And this is why I can't stand it. I get it, and I've even made comments. Clark left that rose, big piece of shit. I would have never forgiven him. But this is like, you owe me. It's...
For what?
For what?
Jason loves me without you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do you want me to go on and on about it again? Like, this is ridiculous to me that she would act like this as if it's not a favor to her that he would lie, or it's not something that he should think about.
Yeah.
It's something he should automatically do because I'm Lana. Remember? Girl next door.
Yeah, don't forget about me.
Yeah, you're great.
You suck.
You suck.
And Lionel here...
By the way, your tattoo means wet.
Lionel Clark here is like, I don't understand why you're so interested in this high school football coach.
Think a minute.
Do you have any idea what I have to offer you?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, lies, secrecy, a whole lot of confusion.
Like I'm confused right now.
Lionel Clark is still walking up to her just like he did with Chloe, thrusting ahead.
Yeah, pelvic thrust. And it's like, you're the one that broke it with me, remember? And now we're going back. It's like, well, that was a mistake. I was too young to know what I was doing. I'm older now, more mature. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm not so sure. Oh, Lana, I'm very different. Let me show you. And whoa, now he grabs her, and immediately Lana's like, whoa, shit, what the?
Kisses her, forces himself on her. Mm-hmm. She then punches him in the face, backs away. Why didn't her hand break?
No, she slaps him.
I thought she punched.
She just slaps him.
I
promise she just slaps him, dude.
I'm going back 10 seconds. Hold on.
Just a slap.
Hold on.
She slapped him, just a little slap.
Man, her fist was closed. You can go to hell.
That's a slap. It even makes a slap sound.
Another poll.
Did Lana slap or punch Clark? We'll put the poll up.
How dare you? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Yeah.
And then storms out.
And Lana's like, I'm Clark Kent.
About time you left.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, man, that was fun. Ugh. Feel my jaw. It kind of tingles. Oh, wait, it doesn't. I'm superhuman.
Okay. So, I hate to make these type of comparisons because this is small, but I still have to feed into it, which is the Lana theory about her being a meteor freak. And that is because he didn't kiss Martha, he didn't kiss Chloe, but he kissed Lana. Why is Lana the one that he chose to kiss? Was it just strictly to be able to get out? Or is it an overwhelming sensation that he couldn't control himself?
Maybe it's both.
It could be. Because if it's not, then Lionel's a pervert.
Yeah. I mean, doing it to Chloe is already kind of reaching a little bit.
Yeah. But then to actually do it with Lana, and maybe it's because I know you like older men. Maybe.
Adam was older.
And I made Adam. I put my personality in him.
Yeah.
Who do you think got you wet?
Tattoo, I mean.
Remember when he was so mean to you in physical therapy? That was me.
I scripted it. I wrote it.
I told the horse to kick you.
It was all part of the plan, Lana. Lead you back to me.
I knew you'd bring chamomile that night.
Actually, I made sure of it.
She was like a whole thing, like he was preparing it and put it out.
It was the only thing left in your fridge on Wednesday afternoon.
Oh, now we get a good scene here.
There you go.
I love this scene, actually. Now, we have Martha visiting Kansas State Penitentiary. And, of course, it's on the assumption she is going to visit Lionel. And she's uncomfortable. And Clark Lionel here is like, I'm glad you came, Martha. He's like, well, you said it involved the safety of my son.
I'm sorry to make a joke right now. Wouldn't it be great if he had the rock? Mom!
That'd be so dumb. Wow. What a conundrum. And then it's like Scooby-Doo when they're switching bodies.
Yeah. They're the Scooby-Doo gang.
One is wearing orange, one is wearing green.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Sorry. Serious moment.
Yeah, dude, come on. He's like, yeah, I know you'd have a hard time believing, but it's me, Mom. It's Clark. And Martha's immediately like, okay, you're sick, Lionel. I'm going to leave. It's like, Mom, no, you have to believe me. Mom, swear. Remember when I was 6 and I was playing tag with Dad, and all of a sudden I started running faster than I'd ever run before, and I was in the middle of Palmer Woods, completely lost. And then you and Dad had to call Sheriff Ethan. And then when you saw me, you started crying, and I thought there was something wrong with me. But then you said there wasn't. Then you held me in your arms, and you're just special. I was your special boy. Martha's turning around. She's convinced. She's fully convinced. Slowly.
Well, nobody else would know that moment.
Yeah. And then the ringing I heard, she was like, how did this happen, Clark? It's like the ringing I heard, it came from Lionel's hand. And it had the Kryptonians.
Yeah. That does happen when people hear the buzzing sound.
It's in Luther's hand.
Yep.
Maybe that's the trigger.
Great. Uh-huh. Buzzing sounds.
What if that's the trigger?
What?
That because Naman and Sagith They're arch enemies, so the one that's destined to be him, it rings when it touches the stones.
And that would make sense considering not only the one he found in Egypt, but with Lionel almost handing it over to Lex, Lex would have then had that stone, Sagith, so that then would mean that the stone would react that way. That would make sense. I'm all aboard that.
And it would play with Destiny, too.
So does Jeremiah Bullfrog come back?
I wish.
I just need you to do it again, the accent.
Dude, I don't know, man. I might have lost it. I got to watch it again.
You got to get Kawachi again.
This man is not even Kawachi. Professor, why would we let the white man take the stone?
I miss him.
And so Martha's just freaking out. And Clark Lionel is like, I don't know. So I got in between them, Lex and Lionel, because I thought he was going to hurt him or kill him. But next thing you know, I'm stopping them and I'm in Lionel. I'm in Lionel's body.
And Martha is looking at him shocked. So he knows about your powers? No. And Martha gets up. Mom, you got to be careful. Lionel could be anywhere. Martha then is still looking scared. Scene cuts. We are now going to the Lex mansion.
I'm telling you, bro. Every person he goes to is just topping it more and more.
Do you like how him and Lex are matching?
They're wearing the exact same thing.
So Lionel Clark then walks in and...
Where did he get these clothes?
Jonathan?
Did Clark literally raid Lex's closet in this mansion
But
first?
they wouldn't fit him.
Huh?
They wouldn't fit him. There's no way that you know what? Lionel probably would have stolen it.
That's true.
Yeah, he probably would have just sped through and just taken a shirt. I don't know, maybe he got it at Target.
And yeah, so Lionel Clark is over here. It's like, what are you doing? Starts just pouring some scotch down. I would never turn down a 29-year-old Thailand malt. What?
Lex isn't even questioning him pouring a glass of liquor.
Oh, no, he already is. He's like, I didn't take you for a scotch. I don't remember you being a scotch drinker.
Yeah, Joseph, if he didn't mention the 29-year-old malt liquor of what it was called because he's Lionel and he just would have poured himself a glass and started drinking it, Lex wouldn't have done anything.
Maybe.
He didn't look like that. He was even concerned. Oh, Clark, here to drink again.
Dude.
Can't get drunk. Don't worry. I know. It's just weird because Lex still has that reaction of, go ahead.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
9 a.m.
9 a.m., yeah. It's a cool day? Is it not a school day? Is this Friday now or is this Thursday?
I don't know after the cheerleaders walking through the hallway. This has to be Thursday.
It better be a weekday, bro. That's all I know.
It has to be because game's Friday.
And then so Lionel Clark is like, well, now of course I know what it is. It's your dad's. How would you know it's my dad's? Well, everything is, isn't it, Lex? Your mansion, everything, down to your cufflinks. Clark, I know you well enough to know this is not you talking.
You're absolutely right. I'm not myself.
Down to scotch.
He would have known it doesn't get him drunk. I'm under a lot of stress, Lex. And then Lionel walks over. Lex, I need to get my hands on $57 million.
That's a interesting dollar amount.
It's not your money. You stole it.
Okay, now, this is where I'm saying Lionel did not have a plan. He's
sloppy.
Going sloppy. This is how you know he would not be responsible with these powers.
Lex then looks at Clark, realizes that something is up, decides to then turn to his little wooden box, pulls out his gun, is about to pull the trigger. Instead, he saw Clark now use his abilities to speed over to now grab his throat, slams him on the desk, and...
I will shatter your throat if you do not transfer this money.
And now Lex is realizing who this is.
Yeah, because Lionel Clark is over here like... I'm going to take it all back what you stole from me because you destroyed me. And then Lex is like, Dad? He literally questions, like, Dad? What the...
All of a sudden, we have Lionel Clark then falling to the ground, and behind him is Martha now holding a kryptonite rock, and then
made
says,
him weak.
Yes, I got you. I need to check on Lex.
And Lionel Clark just runs. He just runs away. And now... End scene. And we go to the Kent house, and John answers the phone from Martha. He's like, John, stop talking. You need to get your hands on a meteor.
Martha, I was really outside doing chores. I wasn't drinking and watching the sharks.
I swear to God.
I swear to God. I'm all sweaty right now.
Now... He's like, what are you talking about? Why do I need a good rock? And then Lionel Clark is here. He's like, I need you to tell me what weakens me, Jonathan. Now. He's like, what is it? And Jonathan's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man.
All of a sudden, Lionel Clark then tosses Jonathan like he's a rag doll into his cabinets and his fridge. Glass then comes down along with John's body. Now we have Lionel Clark lifting John up in the air, choking him, and now we have a telephone call. And now all of a sudden, Clark says, I had sex with Martha.
Okay. The answer machine goes off, and now we get Edgar on the phone message. He's like, hey, hello. Does this thing work? I'm calling for someone named Clark. Houston, we have a problem.
Now Lionel Clark drops John, turns to the answering machine. He's like, oh no. Oh, we got a lot of things to talk about. You need to come and
I've done some more reading, and things are not looking good. You need to come contact me ASAP. And so Lionel Clark is now freaking out. He's like, oh shit. Nope.
Speeds away.
Speeds away to the prison cutscene.
This is where Lionel is completely sloppy, but it's also strange how sloppy he is. Why didn't...
It makes perfect sense.
Not really to me.
Yeah.
Joseph, why did he ask for $57 million exactly?
Dude, he's like acting on revenge. This is like a typical guy ready. He knows
Emotional?
he has... Yeah. He knows he has everything now, and he's just like... It's like if Clark really found out about his powers this late.
But it's also, for me, he could rob banks, he could rob people.
Oh, he will.
He can do so many bad things. He just cares more about, it seems, screwing Lex over in the end. I feel like that Lex is the emotional trigger over anything else.
Well, yeah, because I guess the last straw was him being put in jail by his son. And it's like, bro, really? Really? What is your deal with him? He said it was your mom his mom that killed Julian. What are we mad about still?
Well, it's blood. Always remember that.
Yeah, it's all about blood.
You're not allowed to touch blood. Only me when I poison you with that malt liquor.
Yeah.
I am still a little disappointed with Lionel that he, even as Clark, wouldn't think this would be the ultimate thing for Lexus to be killed by his BFF. Ha 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 ha. But it's not like that. And I thought even with Lex, it's going to be about torture, but instead, it's just about 57 mil.
Yeah.
If he would have gotten the 57 mil, would he have even bothered Lex?
Yeah.
You still
revenge.
Just no matter what, he would have made up something?
Yep.
I wanted that Russian page.
Yeah.
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 Is that from the Shrek book?
And so Lionel Clark shows up and he's like, what's up? What did you say? You said you had something? He's like, Lionel, is that really you in there? He's like, well, look, the transference eventually is going to come to an end. You're going to revert back to your original bodies eventually. And he's like, when?
I suppose any time. I don't know. I thought there must be some way to make this permanent. This doesn't make sense now.
He's like, well, I guess, unless you murder the other one, because if I were you, like, if there would be no you to revert back to, then I suppose you could be Clark Kent for the rest of your life, Yeah, his life.
Your life, really. I mean, the difference, the artifact, where is it? The guards took it from me. Yeah. They thought it was some type of weapon. Craziness. So I thought Edgar was lying. I thought Edgar was lying the entire time there, and it was all a setup in order to get him back to the prison.
Yeah.
And that's what it was, correct?
It is.
But this is why I'm asking. So with Edgar saying that you're eventually going to transfer back, is that a lie?
That's a lie.
Okay, so everything that was just mentioned there, complete lie.
I'm going to assume all of it is a lie. Because, So
if you have the stone, then you could permanently change into somebody else?
Because that dude would definitely he would have known that beforehand. But he's catching Lionel at sloppy times, and it's just like, oh yeah. And he's going to believe him, because this is way above Lionel's head.
Well, and also, too, Lionel still didn't let him out of prison, so he still hasn't met his end of the bargain here.
True.
And now he's trusting somebody else to meet that end.
Mm-hmm.
But now let's go to Clark Lionel walking around thinking he's safe.
Yeah, walking around, and he's like just in the weight room. And now we have that dude coming up again.
The one who shaved his head.
Time's up, Trump. You got something for me? I'm still working on your money, man. Just give me a few more days. Promise. You think this is some kind of game, man? There's no overtime here. And now we pull out a...
Is that a pen?
Shank?
Is that a pen?
It's like a file. It's like a file.
That he just went down. By the way, a guy had a knife when he stabbed Lionel in the shower.
A shank. That was a shank.
So, man, there's a lot of shanks here then. Some better than
Prison,
others.
That's a nail file. But yeah, so Clark Lionel's like trying to run away, and again, everyone loves beating up Lionel. I don't know why, but they're all cornering him. It's like, he ain't going anywhere, bro. The guy goes in for the nail file. Clark's defending himself here and actually fighting this dude. And yeah, he's actually getting his ass beat, but we won't say anything. He's trying his best.
For the time being, the tattoo guy who shaved his head is just whooping his ass.
Gets handed back his shank.
Clark is now laying down on the stairs after getting that ass beat. Another guy hands him that weapon. He's going for the kill. He blocks him from stabbing his throat. Now we got a showdown. All of a sudden, Clark Lionel then hits him in the face. Then he elbows him, kicks him off. Then he slams his head into the pole. And now all the other inmates try to jump in. Other inmates hold him back.
Yeah, it's like, respect the fight, bro.
And then he slams his head one more time for the finishing knockout. And somehow Lionel was able to whoop the biggest guy in prison.
Go! They're all chanting that.
Go ninja, go!
Yeah, that's what they're chanting. Now we have a full-on prison riot.
Actually, what would be great is that if it's the Bane chant. The...
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they're trying to climb out the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why this prison riot happens, because there's only one fight going on, but whatever. So they're now interviewing and whatnot. It's like, so Edgar's like, listen, your lawyer's like, they still haven't called me, so should I be waiting on them? Should I call you? You gonna call me?
And as Edgar is in talking to Lionel Clark, he then hears the alarm going off, meaning there is a prison riot going on.
And he's probably thinking, perfect chance to go kill Clark in Lionel's body.
The only thing that would make this scene better is that if Jimmy Eat World was live performing this right now as the
music. But it's pretty good, though.
Music paying now, being played by Jimmy Eat World. It's a lie. It's a kiss with open eyes.
Dude.
Oh.
Dude, it's pretty good because, everyone's going crazy. Guards, prisoners are all just getting knocked out. Everyone's bloody.
It's a bloodbath
It's a whole bunch of toilet paper. Dude, guards are getting beat up. Prisoners are fighting prisoners. And
a guy threw another guy overneath this railing on the second floor. That guy's dead.
Yeah, and everyone's like so much paper everywhere. There's like garbage everywhere. And Clark Lionel is trying to get through all of this. And he's like just running around or walking around. And it's safe to assume he's looking for Lionel Clark. And finally, we get the little head-to-head. It's like a dueling. It's like a Western duel here. As we're walking and snaking each other.
So with the other
Lionel
inmates,
Clark notices Clark Lionel.
With the other inmates, because whenever the security guards then try to come to get Clark Lionel after he whooped that guy's ass, the other inmates then stop, and that's how this fight breaks out. Is that because now the leader of the prison has gone down? So in a way, it's a new king? And now it's them honoring their new king?
Who knows whatever prison shit is happening?
Hey, I'm just trying to connect the dots.
We don't need to connect those dots.
I do, because the episode is so great, and continue with this great moment.
And wow, so they're staring each other down. And it's like, dude, Clark is terrified. Because obviously, Lionel just used his super speed in front of him. And he's noticing, oh, what happened to concealing your powers, huh? And he's noticing his hands are empty.
This entire time, by the way, everyone's fighting in the background. It's actually really awesome.
Yeah, it's great. And no one's going to notice this because everyone's just fighting. But it's kind of funny. It still goes with the Lionel being sloppy. He doesn't even bother to x-ray him still. He just notices that nothing are in Lionel or Clark's hands. So he's like, you're not going to get me with the rock, okay, because you don't have it. He's like, look. He's like, you're never going to be what you want to be. And he's like, I have big plans for this, Clark Kent.
What's great, though, is that Clark Lionel then is laughing at him as he's being choked. What are you going to do? You're going to graduate high school? You're going to carry hay bales the whole time? And I even put in the notes, and this is what I mean. Okay, Clark, this is a horrible plan, but it's all a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a distraction because, as you said, Lionel's not even using x-rays, too emotional because he's just thinking about finally killing him, which is what Edgar told him to do.
I have big plans for this Clark Kent. And look at this. Clark Lionel actually had the rock hidden under his armpit as he snuck it on there and dropped it down into his hand, and boom, he is now doing another transference between him and Lionel, and now they're going back into the respective bodies. We are back to normal. Freaky Friday spell, done. And boom.
They realized they loved each other.
They blow away from each other. What is that? Why does he look like a corpse?
But then he comes back. And that is where Lionel... that for me, it was just a part of the transference still.
Him being like fixed or looking healthy now?
It was more like... See, I still felt it as if it was him going back into his body, not that he was dying and then he healed. I still didn't get that out of the coloring, because I do agree, because even the eyes, it looked like he was a skeleton in a way and just then reborn.
Yeah, it looked like kind of like a mummy almost.
And you can even see that maybe there's a little bit lighter of the pink inside of his skin. For me, am still not buying it. And I know what you're trying to sell me, but I'm not about it.
Dude, he was terminal, bro.
No,
but anyways, Lionel's freaking out. Now we have the riot people coming in.
Riot team comes in.
And Clark's noticing he's back to normal. He's so happy. Tear gas is going on. And they're flooding it with tear gas, actually. It's like ridiculous. And so as we see a shot of the rock, the transference rock on the ground, it ends up just being kicked or kicked over, pushed around, whatever, disappears. And now the riot shield guys taking over the riot, going on, breaking it up. Now Lionel's on the ground looking up, crying because of the tear gas.
Oh, you mean Ryan is looking up right now?
Yeah, and so he's looking at...
Warrior Angel?
Yeah, Warrior Angel.
That's
Ryan.
what he's
Good
looking
nod,
at.
good
Yeah.
nod. He's looking up through the gas and seeing Clark's silhouette.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Ryan. R.I.P. Ryan. Ryan in peace.
Who would you rather have back, Ryan or Pete?
Ryan.
Oh, man, I don't know about that.
Ryan could make Clark do things. No. Hey, dude, she totally is in love with you. Why don't you do something about it?
Yeah, he's annoying as hell.
What? Remember when he cried because he knew he was going to die?
Yeah, he deserved it.
Wow. That was a sad moment, dude. You're messed up.
I didn't feel anything. How dare you?
Wow.
I'd rather have Pete back.
What is this saying about you?
I felt more about Wichita.
Did you? Because that was fake. Clark faked that.
I felt that.
You are Pete, though.
No, I'm not.
You love him. That's why.
No, I don't.
Anyways.
I love Jason.
Clark ends up speeding away, and Lionel's like looking at him like, yeah.
He's a god.
He was God.
Where you even have the light shining behind him as if it is Warrior Angel, where he now sees Clark as a higher being and in love with him.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Like, it's weird.
Yeah, like
he's
he had
a revelation.
Yeah. I don't understand this. This is the only thing where I didn't get, and it just switches up his personality. And the reason why I don't get it, he wasn't changing his personality when he was in Clark.
Mm-hmm.
So why would he then change when he's going back? Instead, it feels like he would still have to...
We'll have to get to that because the last scene's it's going to stir up some stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to stir up some things.
But you know what? Let's go up to cleaning up the Kent house.
Cleaning up everything.
With Clark.
He's back to normal, wearing his flannel. And he's like, what else did Lionel do, guys? Talking to his parents. He's like, well, for starters, you quit the football team.
Thank God.
I bet, John. I better call Coach Teague, who's like, well, he's not the only one. Lana and Chloe both came by here, and they looked pretty upset.
Oh, no. You know what? Before I do that, let me go get the artifact, guys.
Clark, I don't want you to go to the prison, dude. Like, you can't risk going there again. Are you kidding me?
Remember what happened last time?
Dude, that was just like 2 days ago.
Remember when you just got your body back?
Oh, my God.
Clark, there's a lot of bad plans going on here.
He's stressed, man. He smoked.
He finally was able to. He's been in prison. He hasn't been able to hit it.
That's like Lionel looked awful. He wasn't smoking.
Yeah, it's melanoma.
Yeah. It's like, look, this isn't the first time I heard the ringing sound. And now he's finally telling them about Crusade. When Kal-El had me reborn or whatever, with the Krypton, I went and found a rock with that same ringing, had the Kryptonian symbol on it, and it was in Lex's jet.
Where's the artifact now, Clark?
I put it in the wall.
I put it in my cubby hole.
Yeah, in my cave cubby hole, where I keep Kyla's head.
There are 2 more slots, and I think Lionel's artifact fits one of the slots in order to form the Deadly Hallows.
Okay, yeah, the Kryptonian Deathly Hollows. It's like, I just don't know where the other one is, though.
Why didn't you tell us about this earlier?
Well, you know, with everything, Jarrell, I just wanted to close that chapter in my life. Dude, stop trying to do that. Weren't we trying to embrace our destiny last episode?
Hold on. Let me kind of, again,
This is about his destiny, really.
This episode could get silly for me. It didn't for this part. And the reason why I felt that it goes back to he really wants to be a kid.
Yeah.
This season where it's like...
he's like 12 years old right now.
And I honestly believe he may not even think he can go to college. And it's not even like he's dumb. I think after high school, he just believes I have to now be something more.
Yeah, to be like a savior.
Yes, and he doesn't think there's going to be something else after, and this is his last hurrah. Mm-hmm. That I can actually buy with the way he's acting, and that would kind of explain why he has this childlike behavior so far.
True.
Go Cows!
Go Cows! Is like, look, these artifacts, I think they're somehow meant for me, and I think Lionel... And don't you think Lionel Luthor would disagree with that? Look, he's now more dangerous than ever.
Not for long, guys. What the hell are you talking about, Clark?
Lionel Luthor's dying, Dad.
And now we go to the hospital where Taylor now is proven right on everything because we have another specialist checking out Lionel who is not his doctor. Instead, it is the prison doctor. And what this new prison doctor determines is that Lionel is not sick.
You're disease-free.
He has no liver problem. So
you're not about to say it's fake.
Almost like he never had a liver problem to begin with.
Why would they go to these lengths? The doctor is literally saying it was terminal. You're not about to say he was faking it.
It was faking.
You're so dumb.
Almost like blind and having those doctors fake.
That was the one thing that this differentiated.
This doctor has never tested him before. He only saw the records which showed he was terminal. Him now taking the test, him now believing he is healed. This is a lie. He never had a liver problem.
No, he had it.
Nope. I'm not going to believe this.
Then this doesn't... You're building... You're making a plot hole.
How is he healed?
What do you mean?
So because he was in Clark's body and goes back to his body, that means that liver is healed.
Yeah, it could be even the stone, man.
Why? That doesn't make sense.
It means transformation, Taylor.
What?
The symbol means transformation. Are you kidding me?
Means water.
It means He literally said it means transformation.
Yeah, it also means wet.
Yeah, we know that.
All I'm saying is...
It's the water symbol, but it means transformation.
It still goes back to why all of these episodes he seemed okay and he was able to work out in prison.
I'll never go back on that because he looked great.
He was working out to start this season.
But look how sick they made him look. It finally was hitting.
After he had this plan with Edgar in order to make Lex feel bad.
Oh, man.
He was overselling, and this is why it's ridiculous. You're believing a lie. You're believing that opening scene with Lex was real.
With what do you mean, like
that he was really dying?
Yes,
that he was really like, feel bad for me, son.
Yeah, because finally, over time, he's finally getting what he should be looking like without all the proper treatment outside in the real world.
Over time, I've only seen him build his guns.
Yeah,
that's all I've seen.
Even in prison, he was doing that, but he was losing some muscle mass. He was sick.
You know what? Another poll.
Lionel was sick, dude. That was the only one that was real. Everything else was fake. I get behind the blind thing for sure.
No, you didn't though at the start of it.
But I get behind it now because
I want another poll.
It's also hard because I knew he wasn't actually blind the whole time.
Yeah, but I said it from the moment he said he was.
Yeah, so I just play along.
Same thing with liver.
Just got to play along, you know?
I'm not playing along with liver.
Liver's good.
Let's go to Smallville High.
Woo! Now we get some good scenes. So Chloe's here. Clark's like, Chloe, listen, I'm not really sure what I need.
Clark runs in and is trying to talk to Chloe.
I'm not sure what I did to you, I swear to God. He's like, oh, another case, convenient case of amnesia. It's like, no, seriously, I do not know. I'm really sorry. It's like,
you know what, Clark? It's a valiant effort and everything, but I'm just so tired of all the apologies. And, most people can do the Jekyll and Hyde thing, and then they can say this wasn't me. But this has been multiple times at this point, and to be honest with you, I'm just kind of fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe you need to get some fucking help.
Yeah, she does say, I think you need to actually talk to someone about this. It's like, well, Chloe, I'm actually really good, I promise you. Love this right here. Got to pause real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Because I promise you I'm not fine. It's like, I don't need to talk to anyone. It's like, what do you explain then? Clark Kent crackhead? It's like, I don't do drugs, Chloe. I swear to God. I swear to God I don't do drugs. Why would you say that? Why would you? Chloe. No. I swear to God, Chloe. Dude, don't say that again. Shh, don't say that again.
What are you, a narc?
Yeah, what's your fucking deal? What did I do? I love that part. I don't do drugs, man. I swear to God.
I'm head of the DARE
I
program.
don't need to talk to anyone, but I swear to God, I don't do drugs.
You know the line that has the t-shirt? I'm that guy.
Weed doesn't count, Chloe. I swear. Don't tell anyone.
She proves every point perfectly.
No, it's perfectly
She
fine.
is accurate.
She even says, she's like, I get it. The town's crazy. People can pull that Jekyll and Hyde act, but it's like, you're a normal person. Like, you seem to be.
But how many times are you going to... And this is the thing. And that's why with the scene with what Lionel did is more hurtful for me with Chloe because of what we've already seen at the beginning of this season. Where now with Chloe having just teased, like it's just been teased to her. Oh, I like you. Oh, just kidding. It's just been going on for how many years? Eventually, I'm just done with it. I was cool last time we had that talk, and now the moment you decide to try to kiss me, you then move away and say, yeah, right, you wish, bitch.
Yeah.
I can't buy into this anymore. And even though Clark still comes to Chloe, trying to explain, I don't remember, at this point, you would have to tell Chloe to forgive him.
Oh, dude. He's done it way too many times.
Yes,
exactly. No one should be friends with Clark. He should not have friends.
This is way too many times at this point, and that's why Chloe is valid. Let's get to a person that's not valid.
Oh, man. Another great scene. He's like, but deep down, there's still the same person, Clark, okay? Look, oh, Lana, he's all yours. I'm out of here. And Clark's like, shit. Huh. Have you said anything to anyone, Clark?
What?
And Clark's like, what?
Don't fucking play games with me.
Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, Lana, for real.
Come to this side over here.
Yeah, like we're pulling him by the ear or something. This isn't about you and me, all right? This is about Jason losing his job. And Clark's like, why would Jason lose his job?
What do you think, dumbass?
If anyone had the slightest inkling that we were a couple, he'd be fired in a heartbeat.
Clark is now hearing this for the first time.
He's like,
what? Oh, you guys are...
You and Jason?
What? Jason?
Yeah. He's like, we're both adults. No, we're not. And we're not hurting anyone. Yeah, you are. But it's like, it's against school rules, you know?
The school has its rules. So does the law.
Yeah, you're not an adult.
The school has its rules.
It's perfectly fine amongst everyone else, but not the school.
How dare you think it was the school?
In Paris, 16 is the age of consent.
That is why we started this. It was okay then.
Not here, though.
I hate her.
And this is where...
He needs this job, Clark.
Oh, okay.
Please.
Clark is just nodding along, not saying a word this entire time, by the way.
He's like just stumped. He's just truly stumped right now. He's like, please,
after everything that you've put me through, can you at least keep a secret?
Because you've been so worthless.
Yeah, it seems to be that's the only thing you're good at.
Whoa. After Clark finds this out.
Clark takes a big gulp, and he just says, yeah.
Sure, okay.
Lana then just looks at him and then just storms off. Okay.
Clark finding out this information, he still has the upper hand.
Joseph, I'm just going to throw this out there.
Lana should have just played along.
You know what would have been
But
great?
her dumb Paris ass couldn't play along.
You know what would have been great? Is that if Clark at the end says, all right, I'm going to do this for Jason, not for you.
I'm going to do it for my bro. Because I don't care about you anymore.
That would make everything she just said look like just ridiculous. Because you know what? I'm tired of you. What the hell? And this is what I mean by with Chloe, her reaction is so proper. Her reaction, and again, maybe I'm selling her too high, fine. Decade at the torch with how great she is, but even with how annoying and overbearing she has been with Clark in the past, everything she said was reasonable where it wasn't out of line.
Mm-hmm.
What Lana did of essentially, like, just treating him like a 5-year-old, as if, like, you're going to do this to me or that's it.
He has the upper hand.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, you can't. Lana, you're dumb. She should have played along.
Yeah.
She's like, seriously, Lana, I have no idea what you're talking about. I would have just been like,
Good.
for real?
Yeah, like, good.
She's like, yeah, like, I truly don't know. I'm sorry, whatever I did, but, like.
But this is what I mean
And
by...
then it's just like, okay, run along. Come on.
She is the worst, because you know what it was all about?
She cheated in Paris, so she can't.
Throwing it in his face. It was all about just throwing it at him so that he knows how much she cares about him and how much better Jason is than Clark.
She really don't believe that he has that amnesia for real, like, because, like, he's done it. He's done it.
I'm with you, which is why that's my only explanation, was she just wanted to, like, bury him.
Yeah.
And that's why Lana sucks.
She's dope, man.
There was no need to bury him. You
Paris-
already won.
Like Martha said, Paris made her so insightful. A better person.
Jesus.
Another good scene coming up.
Let's go to the Lex Mansion.
Lex Mansion. So Lex is here pouring up a drink. Looks like he's a little stressed. Clark just kind of barges in.
Lex!
And immediately Lex is just like, no, stay the fuck where you are right now, and pulls a gun on him. And he's like, Lex, it's me, Clark. I need to talk to you. He's like, after I drove my Porsche into the river and you pulled me out, I asked your dad what I could do to repay him. What did we say that we always joke about? He's like, answer the fucking question, Clark.
Hold on, Joseph. Is this a pop quiz?
He smoked. He's having a long day. He's had a long day, dude. He's had a long day. Okay? Lex, I don't have time for pop quiz.
Hold on. This is multiple choice.
I've saved you a couple times.
I didn't bring a number 2 pencil. You have Scantron?
Scantron? But yeah, and then Lex is truly like, answer the fucking question, Clark. And Clark's like, he just told you to drive slower. And Lex is just
Thank
so
God.
happy. He immediately smiles. He's like, man, I'm so glad you're
It's
back.
good to have you back.
Yeah. What kind of creature stood in my office the first time Harry Potter walked in? That's what that was.
Is that
Are you mad? What creature? A Grindylow. That's what that was, dude.
That was great. Now change into a werewolf.
Okay. Yeah, and hurt yourself.
Lupin forever. And Trunks. Let's not forget about Trunks.
Tonks, dude.
Trunks, Dragon Ball Z connection.
And so what's crazy is that Lex actually knows that this whole thing was transferring bodies. Because Clark is like, Mom, my mom told me everything that's happened. I'm so sorry. All of that is like, no, honestly, Clark, it's no big deal, man. I should be thanking you because that would have been me. I'd be sitting behind bars and who knows what would have happened.
By the way, how'd you even know what my father was going to do?
I don't know. Just like...
I just saw that he was going to do something for you. You know, the strength that you had whenever you came and saw me, though, was incredible.
Like, where did it come from? He's like, I don't know. Maybe it was a side effect of the transference.
Well, whatever happened, I'm just glad it wore off. Because now I got my buddy back. Lex still thinks he's BFF, but he's not.
Lex, I have to ask a favor. It has to do with your father's cellmate. He actually helped me through the whole ordeal. He saved my life. He's an innocent man. He said he was framed. He swears.
Clark, a lot of convicts swear that they're innocent, but I believe him. And I promise that if I got out, I'd do everything in my power to help him. And Lex, you're the only one with the resources that might be able to help. Lex then turns around. You know what, buddy?
I put a guilty man. If I could manage to put a guilty man in there, I can get an innocent one out.
Right?
Yeah.
Wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah. Yeah. Clark's like,
Yeah.
Thanks. Lex.
Yeah, thanks, Lex. Let's go back to prison to the greatest scene in the entire episode.
Wow. You really like it that much, huh?
This is an Avengers scene.
Yeah, it is.
Because Edgar now is being released. We are at the prison once again.
We got a limo waiting for him.
Obviously, it's Lex Luthor sitting in that limo when Edgar is coming out of the prison. He then opens the door, and it's not Lex Luthor.
Oh.
Who is it?
It is Bridgette Crosby. Virgil Swan's love thing, also partner. Research, Margot Kidder.
Piece
the
of
original
ass.
Lois Lane.
Yes.
And she is picking up Edgar. And he's already sketched out. He even want to come in the car. And she's like, no, come here. Do you have what we talked about? Like, I called you.
And Edgar immediately hands over, yeah. Shows the box, and it is the stone.
It is the stone. So Edgar managed to pick it up right away and gave the stone to Bridgette Crosby. She closes the case. Boom.
Credits.
Whoa.
So now we have the stone and the octagonal key in their possession. Correct?
Yes.
So now they have 2 items with the Swan estate.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
One
I
stone,
love that ending.
Spaceship key, and then one stone, which is in the cave.
Here's my other thing with it, though. This is my only, how? It's the same thing that we have with the octagonal key. How is Swan knowing about these items?
I think the symbols match. On the key, the symbols that are on there.
Where did he know about the rock, though? Unless he's just following anything Lionel does.
I mean, I think he's more powerful than Luthor.
Oh, I would think he is.
I think,
yes.
and also he has been doing this, I think, way longer.
Well, he can actually read the symbols.
Yeah, he can. He can
Yes.
actually read it. He's done the research. He knows where Krypton was located.
Yes.
Bro, it doesn't surprise me. He knows about all this artifacts and stuff.
I would believe that if he's just honestly keeping tabs on Lionel, because the only thing I like, hey, it's they found the rock with that stone in the ocean with Lionel having that dive team in Central America.
Honduras, yeah.
So then they brought it back so that they could store it inside of their cubbyhole in the prison. Mm-hmm. And Swan knew about that, and then were able to get Edgar out. So Lex is not going to end up doing anything, in fact, and he probably will blow it off, not thinking of anything.
Probably. Hell yeah.
Edgar's gone? Okay. Clark, I did you a favor!
Yeah, and then also that Lionel is now, a reformed man. He's and he said...
Don't like it.
He said, I don't remember the past couple days.
And then he even told the doctor...
And we have to buy it, too, because Clark doesn't remember what he did, obviously.
I just feel like I'm different, doctor.
Change.
And he's saying that as if he now believes in a religious idol.
Yeah. He saw God, bro.
Yes.
You know what this reminds me of? It's almost like a...
Ryan.
No. Like in
Warrior Angel?
Doomsday Clock, when Reverse Flash comes in, and he comes back after seeing Dr. Manhattan.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to.
I saw him. I saw God.
And Manhattan just kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he turns him into bones.
It's pretty cool.
Doesn't matter because Reverse just has so many different beings of himself in different time periods at all times.
He's infinite.
Cheater.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite villains.
Oh, duh. He's probably easily top 5 for anybody on the DC list.
Dude, and then, Lana sucks. I'm done talking about her, man.
How do you even, decide to take the approach that she does of just automatically demanding certain things versus, hey, let's come to an understanding. I'm sorry you had to find out about this. Also, you kissed me inappropriately. I think we should talk about this, which is what they've done in the past. Instead, this time around is grovel. Grovel for me now.
Yeah. You don't want to grovel?
You're
You're not in support of that?
She sucks.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And
Kristen was excited about playing Lana this season.
Yeah, she really was committed to her role. And she really presented it in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
She's really about herself. She's not concerned about Clark.
Not concerned about the audience cheering for her.
No, definitely not.
Nope.
She's like, I want y'all to know a different side of Lana.
And
the
now
one that everyone should hate.
And now the audience is sitting back going, I found my new Pete.
But yet, she'll stay longer.
Great. So excited. Wonderful. Great episode in the end.
I'll give that a 9 out of 10, man.
No, I'm with you. I would maybe put it in the 8.5 range Just because Memoria, I mean, if I have to compare the
Yeah, but
two,
Memoria's 10 out of 10.
it's still like a step down from Memoria. So I'm still saying that like between a 9 and a 10, it's going to be probably reserved for
I'm going
Zatanna.
to do 8.8.
It's only going to be Zatanna. That's probably going to be a 9.9. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
And the only reason why I know about her is because you spoiled that, considering she is my favorite. Because you know what's the secret about me? I like magic too.
Yeah, you really liked it when Clark did it, huh?
Nope, not on the first date.
Maybe she'll teach him.
Not this Lana. I missed that one.
Dude, so many things have happened. This is going to just mess everyone up. Love it.
We got new artifacts.
So, yeah, that was the punctuation mark on Transference. Great episode. We have Jinx next week. Again, this was the Somebody Save Me podcast. You already know what to do, bro. Follow.
Five stars or go to hell.
5 stars, comment, do something.
I'll
We like the
transference
interaction.
you.
Yeah, what he said. We love the interaction, so get it popping, dude. So, have a good one. We'll be back next week for Jinx. Out of here.
So excited.
Yeah.